Namaste and welcome to our Utsahi yoga session. We are live today and we are also on Bharat FM, Bharat TV. I hope you're all doing wonderful today. Happy International Yoga Day. We are excited to be bringing this live practice session with you. As you know, we are always utsahi, meaning enthusiastic about life, about especially our practice of yoga. And we have inherited it quite literally from, and we have imbibed it watching our Guruji, Professor Lakshman Kumar. So let us begin our yoga practice session today with a heartfelt gratitude and thank you, Guruji, Professor Lakshman Kumar, and Guru Mata, Dr. Shanta Devi, for all your teachings that are providing us this guidance every day of our lives. So, with our practice of yoga, we would like to understand the basics today and also just practice a few simple, gentle aspects of yoga practice together. So, we hope you are here for the live session and we will take about 45 minutes today, but you're welcome to join in however long you are available. And this video will be available to you on our Utsahi Yoga Foundation's YouTube channel, as well as we will share the link on Facebook again. And of course, thank you to Bharat FM for also being interested to broadcast this live session. So it will also be available on Bharat FM's YouTube channel. Now, having said that, let us begin our yoga practice session with just trying to relax today. So, however you would like to sit, I'm going to go back a little bit and sit in Sukhasana. So, you're welcome to either sit in Sukhasana on the floor or in a chair, however, it's convenient and comfortable for you. All right, I hope you are now seated in a comfortable pose. So, if you are sitting in a chair or you're sitting on the floor, the one thing that I would like to request you is try to just loosen yourselves, please. Relax however you can. Just relax your body and also relax your mind. So, we will go into that a little bit more in just a few minutes. And also, I would like to remind you to try and keep your back straight, back, neck, and head aligned in almost a vertical line. So, all these small tips and guidelines that our Guruji provides us throughout our class, we will try to implement it whether we are just sitting and listening or whether we are practicing. We will try to implement that. So now we begin once again by thanking our Guruji, Professor Lakshman Kumar, for all these valuable lessons. And what better than thinking of our gurus who have taught us this yoga and on this auspicious occasion of International Yoga Day. So let us begin with that feeling of gratitude in our heart. And also, as I mentioned before, let us take one step back to understand what this practice is all about. Okay, so also we will be grateful to all our ancient gurus, Patanjali Maharishi and Mahayogi Vemana, and so many other Maharishis and Mahayogis of the ancient times who have actually invented this yoga practice and then have passed it from one generation to another generation through their teachings. And of course, there are various textbooks that gurus like our Guruji and our Guru Mata study thoroughly and then pass on those teachings in a way that is more relevant to us in modern times. So hence our gratitude extends to beyond our generation, to our ancestors as well. Now let us examine what we are trying to do here. So we are not just here to practice a few yogasanas together and then go about our day, but we will utilize this half an hour of time or 40 minutes of time, however much time you have together, to understand really what we are trying to do. So practice of yoga, as you may be aware, is not just sitting in any physical posture, but it is trying to align every aspect of our existence, of us being a human being, bringing all of them together and as one. And why are we here? Most of the times we are here for our own health, to benefit our own health. However, I would also like to request all of you to think about it beyond our health today. Just for today, let us try this. So, the theme for International Yoga Day that has been set by our government of India today is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So, what does that mean? It means this world is one family. Now, that is not just words to be said, but these should be words that we practice, not just today, but every single day. And our Guruji has actually shown us through example how this is done. So for him, Utsahi family is, he welcomes everyone without any difference, any bias into Utsahi Yoga family. And also he extends his services to anybody he comes across, whether they are seeking his teachings or not. So he considers every person around him as his family member. So this is an example that is set to us by our Guruji. So very wonderful examples and role models that we have around us. So what we have to remember is it is not just ourself. We should not be lost in ourselves. Every single day, every person that we come across in this world, in our lives, there is a reason behind that. So let us extend our compassion, our kindness to that person, whether it is just by a mere smile or by a nice word, by saying thank you, by wishing them namaste or good morning or good afternoon, by extending a compliment if they are, any kind of compliment that comes to your mind with that compassion in your heart. Those are not difficult to utter as words or come as thoughts in your mind. So you'll become a beautiful person inside and out by just thinking of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, by thinking of this world as our family, every person we encounter as our family member. So let us forget about all the differences that are brought upon us every day. Every day there are so many biases. So let us forget about all that. Let us treat each other as family members, and that will take us as humanity much farther along. So all these teachings have come to me personally through my role models of Guruji and Guru Mata and my grandparents and my family. So I have been blessed to have such a amazing family that did not really teach by mere words, but taught by example. So all of you who have been students of Guruji know him well and know how he extends his compassion beyond our expectation, beyond our belief sometimes. And most of the time we see him always ready. We have never seen him, I should say, we've never seen him not ready to have a patient ear to anybody or not being there to help us in any way possible. He thinks of more ways than anybody can imagine. If a person says this is the end, he says, no, this is not the end. There's another solution. Let us think about it. So that is the kind of compassion that extends beyond just ourselves through yoga practice. So let us try to imbibe those human qualities, those amazing values in us, and let us follow them not just every day with our own friends and family members, but let's extend it to others as well. So everybody we come across, let's make that one small attempt to give a smile, to wish them, to greet them, to extend our compassion in however we can, we can. So if God has given us some skills, any skill, it could be a form of writing, it could be we may be great at drawing, we may be great at speaking, we may be great at building relationships. So any kind of strength that we have, let us enhance those strengths and let us use them to help others in our world around us, whether we know that person or not. Let's consider them as our family member. So that is all about Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. This world is one family. So once again, I thank Guruji and Guru Mate for the wonderful, valuable teachings provided to all of us. Now, let's practice yoga physically as well as mentally, and we will see that our emotions are more balanced with regular, consistent yoga practice. And we will also see that we are slowly and gradually going to an upper level, higher level, where we forget about all those things, petty things that drain our energy. So rather we are going to the higher level where we feel we are more spiritually inclined as well. Whether we believe in spirituality or not, our with our Indian upbringing, many of us feel this, that we ultimately have to go, and our soul has to merge into the universal soul. So whether you believe in that concept or not, you will definitely be elevated to that next level. So having said this, having understand a better understanding of what yoga practice is about, we have to try to inculcate all those principles of yoga to make our lifestyle a yogic lifestyle. So yama, niyamas, all of those we will learn one by one in our different yoga practice sessions. But let's try to remember what's important right now is to focus on ourselves, make ourselves one with our yoga practice. And of course, as we spoke about, let's try to bring this peace and calmness and compassion that we gain through yoga. Let's extend it to every person that we can. So before we leave this earth, our purpose should be to help the maximum number of people that we can, however we can. So let's start thinking along those lines. Okay. So let us now start practicing yoga with just relaxation and focus on breathing in the beginning. So as we began, we are trying to relax physically. So just letting ourselves loose. Please, you can sit in Sukhasana, or you can sit in extended leg position, or you can just sit in a chair, however you feel comfortable. But what's important here is to relax, letting yourselves loose. Please try and keep your eyes closed. And once you keep your eyes closed, you will be away from the visual distractions. So our brain is not processing additional things around or additional visual cues that it gets. So let us also try to relax mentally. But just by keeping our eyes closed, we are one step further in relaxing mentally as well. What we will do is we will try not to think about anything else other than being in this class today and practicing together as effectively as possible together. So for that, let's try to observe ourselves, please. As we discussed before, our posture is important. Please correct your posture. Try to keep your back, neck, and head aligned in one line. And then that also helps us expand our chest here. We are not slouching, so automatically our breathing becomes better. Please try and place your palms on your knees so your hands are supported. You don't have to put efforts to hold your hands. Now let's try to leave our entire body weight on Mother Earth. Our mother is always there to take care of ourselves. So let's continue with that trust and faith on her. So we're just going to relax thoroughly as possible, letting ourselves loose, observing ourselves all the way from the top of our head till the tip of our toes, every single part of our body that we can imagine, including the smallest parts that we can think of, like our eyelids, our lips, our ears, everything that we can think of, our fingers, our toes, every muscle in our body, including our facial muscles. We should not be holding them tight. Just initially, we may have to put a little bit of efforts for this, even to learn the art of relaxation. But once we start practicing regularly and consistently, it becomes second nature to us. It comes very natural. So when somebody is watching you practicing yoga, automatically they should start feeling peaceful and a kind of calmness. So that is how you should look. You should look like a piece of art or beauty when you are practicing yoga. No strain, no kind of tightness, very relaxed and peaceful look as well as feel. So every part of our body is let loose. We are trying to thoroughly relax physically, not holding any part of our body tight, just leaving our entire body weight on Mother Earth. Now let us also continue to focus on our mental relaxation. We are not thinking of anything other than just ourselves and our practice at the moment. Once we know we are taking good care of ourselves, we have reached our optimal health and well being, then we can extend our services to everybody around us. So, with mental relaxation, firstly, you're keeping your eyes closed. Secondly, you are just observing yourselves without having any other thoughts. And then, thirdly, you can also try to focus on your breathing. So, please observe your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. What is the rate of your breathing? If you think you're breathing fast, for whatever reason it is, you may have rushed into yoga class, or you may have many other stress or tension going on in your lives. So our rate of breathing tends to be faster. If there is any fear, stress, anxiety, or any kind of physical activity, that tends to increase the rate of our breathing. So right now what we will do is we'll try and lower the rate of breathing. Please slow down your breathing and gradually go towards normal rate of breathing. You should not be feeling that you're breathing fast. Once you go to that state, once you achieve that state, then slowly please go for deep breathing. Breathe in a long, deep breath, followed by breathing out and exhaling a long breath. Please continue this pattern of deep breathing, Dirgha Shwasochwas. Please breathe in or inhale a long, deep breath. Imagine yourselves filling your oxygen with all the good elements, filling your lungs with the oxygen and all the good elements around from the atmosphere. Fill up your lungs, benefit from this goodness around you. And that is why it's also very important to find a clean and a proper atmosphere for our practice of yoga. The best would be out in nature where you're safe and you're also feeling that peace from our Mother Nature, Mother Earth. Now, let's continue the deep breathing. And we will add one more step, recitation of Om. Recitation of Om, this beautiful exercise or practice is to bring us more peace within us and all around us. So let's learn this well. After you take a deep breath in, during exhalation, just open up your lips little bit in the shape of O, and as you breathe out, you produce this sound of Om. So you're closing your lips together towards the end and producing more. Let's try together, please. Inhale a long, deep breath in. During exhalation, just a couple more times, please. Inhale, and then during exhalation, Om. Let's practice together. Please sit in silence. Enjoy this silence around you. This Om, the melodious universal of sound of Om, brings music to our ears and our body, our mind, calms our brain waves. So when you're reciting it at the right pitch and tone, you will start feeling vibrations generated inside your body around your navel region. Those vibrations tend to go up throughout our body to our brain, brings us peace and calmness within us and all around us. So, with regular practice of Omkara, we will start feeling that. So, please continue the right way of practicing. Now, this peaceful state of body and mind and relaxed state is how we should continue our practice of yoga. So, now please open your eyes. I hope you're feeling good after this short introduction and beginning of our practice. Now you can continue to sit in the same position, or if you'd like to change your position, you're welcome to do that as long as you're comfortable. Now let us start with physical cultural exercises. These are practices which Guruji begins with every class, and these are basically meant to start the movement going, to give exercise or practice to every joint in our body. And how do we do that? We are doing it in a way that we are synchronizing breathing along with these movements to get more effects. So practicing more number of any asanas or anything during the yoga practice is not very important. Rather, practicing more effectively is more beneficial for us and will help us reach our goals faster. So let us now begin by doing physical cultural exercise for our upper extremities, our hands, our fingers. Let's bring our palms together in Namaste at our heart. This also means that it's a symbol of us coming together at our heart. So once again, reminding the theme of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, right? The world is one family. So at our heart, we are coming together. Now, this practice here is just pushing all the 5 fingers of one hand against the 5 fingers of the other hand. So just spread your finger and you can push them. I'm just showing you sideways. So you can push them. Apply gentle pressure, please. You should not feel pain. And then slowly relax. So we are benefiting from these pressure and extension and compression. So let us observe, continue observing the effects. Breathe in as you go into that movement, and then once you reach the final position, just please stay there, hold, then slowly breathe out as you relax. Let just one last time breathe in. Apply pressure, please. All the 10 fingers should be feeling that pressure, gentle pressure. Our palms should feel, our wrists should be feeling, and our hands here. Relax while breathing out. We are coming back to the starting position. Now let us go for bending at the wrist. Breathe in. Apply slight pressure, please. Stay there. You're pressing the bottom palm with the top palm. So you're feeling slight pressure on the palm at the bottom and the wrist as well. Take benefit from this practice by holding the position for just a few moments as long as you're comfortable. Then breathe out and come back to the starting position. Let's try it on the other side, please. Once again, I hope you're breathing in and breathing out, synchronizing the breathing along with the movements, with a slight pause by holding the position. So we are benefiting from this pressure and this compression and also extension. Let's now just try one more time on both sides. If you continue to observe yourselves well, you will start feeling the effects. Which part of the body is being benefited? How am I benefited? Is this the right practice for me? And should I be trying this more or should I be practicing it less? Should I be thinking of alternates? Should I be trying for a modified practice? So, throughout our yoga practice, let us observe ourselves. Now, let's go for our fingers a little bit more. Physical cultural exercise. Now, let's slowly bring our fingers together in fist. Breathe in as you do that. Apply slight pressure, please. All the fingers, our palms, our wrists, our hands are feeling this pressure. Breathe out and stretch, 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 please. Extend all the fingers, and you're now feeling extension or stretching here. One more time, breathe in, a long, deep breath in. Hold the position, please. Breathe out. Wonderful, wonderful. Now let's raise our hands together parallel to each other and parallel to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. So we are now taking our focus to our elbows here. So rotation at the elbows while synchronizing breathing. Please practice this slowly. There is no rush. Now let's try the rotation at elbows in the reverse direction. So breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Wonderful. Relax, please. Relax. Let's move on to our shoulders now. And please feel free to keep changing positions. If you're not able to sit in the same position, absolutely fine to change positions. But what our focus should be is on certain parts of our body that we are training or we are giving the movement and exercise to. Now let's move on to our shoulders, okay? Slowly breathe in as you are slowly trying to raise your hands up straight. If you are able to raise your hands, please do this. And stretch, stretch, stretch as much as possible. Please breathe in as you do this. Slowly bring your hands back. Complete the rotation as you breathe out. Now, if you are not able to raise your hands due to some kind of problem or health condition here, you can just do shoulder rotation here. So our focus is rotation of our shoulders. Breathe in while rotating our shoulders either by raising our hands or not. Breathe out as you complete the rotation. Okay? Just one last time, either by raising hands or not, trying to give a good rotation to our shoulders. Breathe in for one half of the rotation if possible. Breathe out for the other half as you complete the rotation. Let's try the same in the reverse direction, please. Breathe in while focusing on our shoulders. Breathe out as you complete the rotation. One last time. Give a good rotation to your shoulders while being very careful, please. If you're new to yoga practice, always remember that you should consult your health practitioner, your doctor, and your yoga teacher before you begin. That way, they can suggest which practices or which asanas or which aspects of yoga practice is good for you and which you should be avoiding. So, that is a very, very important, so you can avoid injuries by practicing wrongly or selecting the practices that are not suitable for you. Now, please extend your legs. If you're sitting on the floor, good. If not, don't worry about it. Even in the chair, just hold the chair properly so you don't lose balance, and then try this alone. Now, keeping your legs slightly apart, we are going to focus on our lower extremities here now. Next, our toes, our feet, our legs. So slowly stretch your feet forward, stretch the whole of your legs, your toes included. Feel the stretching throughout your legs, please. Now breathe in as you do this. Now, slowly as you breathe out, you bring your feet backwards. I hope you're feeling a good stretching in your calf muscles now. So, every time if you observe, you will feel the stretching in one side of the part of the body that you're focusing on and compression on the other side. Let's try it again. Breathe in. So, this is simple extension and flexion. Breathe out. I hope you are benefiting from these practice. Now let's go for sideways bending. Breathe in, breathe out. Slowly, please. There is no rush. The slower you go, the actually you're building more strength in that part of your body because it's not easy to hold your parts of the body in certain positions. Now let us go for rotation. Breathe in very slowly and carefully. Going slow also helps us with taking better care of ourselves. Breathe out. Let's try it in the reverse direction, please. Rotation at our ankles, and of course, our legs are moving here, but rest of our body is stable. Breathe in and breathe out. Lovely, wonderful. Now, let's go for right here while we are here. There are many different types of practices, but we are just going to select a few today. We'll do rotation here, rotation of our trunk, place our palms on the floor and slowly bend forward while breathing out, please. Bend forward. See if you can bring your forehead, nose or chin to the floor. Try not to raise your hips, please. Then feel once again, continue to observe yourselves. Please note where you're feeling pressure, where you're feeling compression, where you're feeling stretching, right? Now, this is an excellent practice to strengthen our cores, our shoulders. So, as you're feeling the pressure on the upper part of our body, let us just breathe out or exhale, okay? Let's allow the breath to go out because it's not easy to breathe in at that time. So, practice of yoga is very scientific. We just have to put efforts to understand it well and practice effectively. Now, let's twist on the other side. Slowly place your palms at a comfortable distance, not too far away from the body, not too close. Bend forward. Continue to be seated, please. Don't raise your hips. And see how close to the floor you can take your head without losing the balance. Take your forehead, nose or chin to the floor and hold your position, please, so you can benefit from this practice. Wonderful. A good twisting of our trunk as well here. All right. Now, while we are here, we can try rotation at our hips as well as knees. Okay. So remember, we are trying to give benefits to our lower extremities also here. So we can either lie down or sit. While whatever position you are in, you can try the same in that position as well. If you can lie down, please try and keep your legs apart. Hands are slightly away from the body. We are in Shavasana now. This is one of the best relaxation postures. As Guruji always reminds us, rest is a must. So we have to take rest in between practices so we can recover well. Now bring your legs together. Hands closer to the body after a few moments of Shavasana or rest in this Shavasana. Now, when you bring your legs together, this next exercise you can either do with one leg or both legs at the same time. Bend at your knees. Bring your knees closer to your chest. Slowly straighten your legs up. Then take them through an angle of 90 degrees. Slowly bring them to the floor. So please observe how you are now giving a rotation to the hips here, as well as you're giving exercise to your knees. So again, just following the principle of when you are practicing this, if there is a pressure on the chest, like you are feeling it now, just exhale. Then when you raise your legs up straight and you take the pressure off, you're moving your legs away from the chest, you can breathe in. It's more easy to breathe in. Let's just try it a couple times in one direction and then a couple of times in the reverse direction. Reverse direction would be raising one leg or both legs straight through various angles to an angle of 90 degrees, then slowly bending at your knees, bringing your knees closer to the chest, feeling the pressure, slowly taking the legs away from the chest, placing your feet on the ground and slowly extending your legs. Let's try this rotation just one last time. Slowly you can breathe in as you raise your legs up. Bend and breathe out as you pull your legs towards the chest. As you take your legs away from the chest, you can breathe in and slowly relax and breathe out. I hope you understood how you're practicing this rotation at our hips. So this is almost like biking. So you can either do with one leg or both legs. Now, while we are here, we can also try full body stretching. This is a very effective practice. When your whole body is stretched, you will feel the more relaxed and also the blood circulation happens better. You will feel more energized. Let us try this, please. Raise your hands up straight. You can even practice this while sitting in a chair, or you can stand up and practice this as well. Now what we are doing is raising our hands up and slowly stretching the upper half of the body towards the top while breathing in. Breathe in and stretch, and the lower half of the body is stretching towards the bottom. If you're standing up and doing, the whole body is stretched upwards. You're maintaining the balance. You're staying there in that stretched position for just a few moments, please. Feel the stretching. And then slowly as you breathe out, you come back to the starting position. Just one more time, please. Breathe in and stretch up. The upper half of the body is stretched up. Lower half of the body is stretched towards the bottom. Feel the stretching. Slowly breathe out and come back. I hope you're feeling good after this practice. Now slowly turn towards one side and sit up, please. Do not try and sit up straight away because that may make you feel a little giddy. So now you are going to sit up slowly, back into Sukhasana or back into your chair, however you are sitting at the beginning of our yoga practice. What we will do is we will just take a moment or two to make sure we are again relaxed. Sometimes when we are moving from one position to another position, we may need a little bit of rest. We may need a little bit of time to bring our rate of breathing back to normal and get back into that relaxed state of body and mind that we need to practice yoga. Once you feel you are gathered yourself, you've collected yourself, you're feeling again the same state of relaxation, we will continue our practice. So, art of relaxation and art of breathing should be learned well and practiced throughout. Now, what we will do is we will go for physical cultural exercise for our neck here. Slowly, as you breathe out, you're bending your neck forward very slowly, please. Bend forward, take your chin closer to the neck here. And then once you reach your final position, just hold it there, please. Let your neck loose. Do not put efforts in holding your neck. Just relax it. Then slowly raise your head up. Now you start bending backwards as you breathe in. Breathe in. So rest of your body is stable, facing forward. Only your neck and head are moving. Once you bend backward to the final position, please once again hold there for just a few moments, as long as you're comfortable. Even there, you can relax your neck. You don't have to hold your head. Just relax your neck and head. Feel the stretching on the front of your neck, compression on the back. Slowly, one last time, bending forward as you breathe out. Now feel the stretching on the back of your neck, compression on the front side. Observation, self-observing is very important throughout the practice of yoga. One last time, bending backwards as you breathe in. Also practicing in silence. Please come back to the starting position. Please learn to enjoy silence. You need not have any music or anything while practicing yoga because you're so much into your own practice. You don't need any of those actually. So don't be dependent on anything else. Just try to be one with your practice and practice in silence. It really helps you in the long run. And you will zone out completely from any kind of noise or anything that's happening around. Now let's go sideways. Slowly rotate your neck to one side as you breathe out. Slowly as you breathe in, come to the starting position. Let's practice the same on the other side. Wonderful. One last time. I hope you're synchronizing breathing as well. As we learn yoga practice better, we will practice more and more in silence with less instructions. Now bending sideways, breathe out. Feel the stretching on one side of the neck and compression on the other side. Let your neck and head hang loose there, please. Then slowly bring it back to the center as you breathe in. Once again, as you breathe out, bend to the other side. Breathe in as you bring it to the center. One last time, please. Please practice in silence, no instructions. Wonderful. So we will be practicing for another 5 to maximum 8 or 10 minutes, not more than that. And so if you have the time to continue, please do so. Now we will go for neck rotation. Very slowly and carefully bend your neck forward. Take your neck to one side. Very carefully, if you do this faster, you may feel giddy. Take your neck to the back. Very slowly and carefully, please. Take your neck to the other side and back to the starting position. Please try to synchronize breathing as well. One last rotation here in this direction. Let your neck and head loose, please. Don't hold it tight. Wonderful. Now let's try the same. A couple of rotations in the opposite direction, please. Please synchronize breathing. May the movements be slow. As I said, if you are going slower, it seems a little harder, but it is also building strength. Please remember, building strength within us and, of course, building our patience as well. So it is a good thing to go slow in yoga. Relax, please. Relax. I hope you're feeling good after these very basic, essential movements for the various joints in our body. So if you think about it, we started with our hands, we attended to all the joints in our hands, and then we moved on to our legs, attended to all the joints in our legs. We also did trunk twisting and stretching. So we got some exercise for our upper body. We also attended to our neck. And so we gave little bit of good stretching, compression, twisting, turning movements, any possible movements for all the various parts of our body. Now we also synchronized breathing. So that was giving us the good oxygen, that was giving us the benefits of a breathing practice as well. So that is the beauty of the physical cultural exercises that Guruji has taught us. Now after this, we will move on to a practice called Kapalabhati, and there's a special video for Kapalabhati. If you're not familiar with it, please do watch it first and then you can try this practice. And that video is on our Utsahi Yoga Foundation YouTube channel. If you're familiar with Kapalabhati, let us try this together. Once again, please be mindful of your posture. Correct your posture if necessary. Your back should be aligned with your neck and head. Your chest is relaxed and expanded. You're not slouching. You're feeling relaxed. Now let's go for Kapalabhati, which is a kriya or a cleansing practice. And here there is active exhalation where we are pulling the stomach in while throwing the breath out, and passive inhalation when we release our stomach again, the breath goes in automatically. We'll try a few times as long as it's possible by you. Do not overdo a Kapalabhati as well, please. So depending on individual capacity, some people can do just 5 or 10, some people can go do hundreds or more. So it totally depends on you, but please start slow, go slow, practice effectively, okay? So we're not in a race in any way, we're just trying to practice this in a way that helps us more. So now if you have more time, you can practice Kapalabhati longer as well. We are now heading over to pranayama. So for pranayama, this is Anuloma Viloma Pranayama. What we are going to do is we are going to close one nostril at a time and we are inhaling through the open nostril, holding the breath for just a few moments and then exhaling through the other nostril. So we are doing our breathing through alternate nostrils. So with Kapalabhati, we are feeling more relaxed. Now we are heading over to pranayama. So this is a practice of breathing. Let us go for pranayama, anuloma viloma pranayama, which makes us feel more balanced and more relaxed as well by the end of it. Now, the practice is where we are keeping our ring finger or little finger open of one hand. I'm using my right hand and opening my thumb as well, keeping the other two fingers closed. Slowly turn the palm towards my face. Then I can use the two fingers, ring finger and little finger, to close my left nostril. Keep that open, and then I can use the thumb to close my right nostril. So I'll first begin by closing my left nostril, taking a deep breath in through the right nostril, closing both nostrils now, bending forward, performing chin lock while holding the breath just for a few moments, making sure the breath is not escaping through the nose or ears. Slowly releasing the chin lock, opening my left nostril, breathing out through the left nostril. Now breathe in a long, deep breath through the open left nostril. Close both nostrils, perform chin lock. Hold the chin lock just for a moment, please. Release it. Open the right nostril and let the breath go out or exhale through the right nostril. We'll continue one more cycle. Breathe in a long, deep breath through the right nostril. Slowly perform chin lock after closing both nostrils. Release chin lock. Open the left nostril. Breathe out through the left nostril. Slowly breathe in through the left nostril. A long, deep breath. Close both nostrils. Perform chin lock. It's very important to perform chin lock. Release the chin lock. Breathe out through the right nostril. So you can continue this practice of pranayama after learning it properly for a longer duration of time. Let us move on to meditation now, and we will conclude our yoga session. So today's session was to give you an introduction of what exactly we are trying to achieve with the practice of yoga. And we moved on to learning very simple, gentle yoga practice with art of relaxation, art of breathing, physical, cultural exercises, all possible movements to different parts of our body. There are many, many more asanas, bandhas, mudras, kriyas. We can learn a lot, but we have to be consistent. So let us continue our journey of practicing yoga together. Please stay in touch with us. That way you can learn all of these different aspects of yoga practice. And very important that we address today is let us continue the feeling of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam that our Guruji has shown us as a role model. Today we are recognizing his great contribution to all of us and all our lives in changing our lives, as well as helping and contributing to the field of yoga. So thank you, Guruji, for all of that and these valuable lessons. Now we also practiced asanas, just a few asanas, and we practiced Kapalabhati, which is a kriya. Now we finished pranayama practice. We are moving on to dhyana. So we are trying to go through all the stages of yoga or Patanjali Yoga. Now we will learn more and more in our upcoming sessions. For meditation, please sit in the relaxed state that you are in. Close your eyes. Try to bring your focus to any object or subject that brings more peace to you. It could be God, it could be an element of nature, like a beautiful sunrise, a waterfall, a fountain, a bird. It could be a beautiful flower. Just set your mind on any element of nature or an idol of God, or just a picture or an image in your mind that brings peace to you. Keep that focus there, please. Please sit in silence, continuing that, meditating upon that subject or object that will bring peace to us. Just for a few moments, let us be in this. Thank you so much for joining us today for practicing yoga on this occasion of International Yoga Day. I hope you enjoyed our yoga practice. And as I mentioned, there are many more things that we can learn together, and we can select only a few that are most beneficial for us. So as Guruji says, if there are 84 lakhs of yoga asanas and yoga practice for aspects of yoga practice, we can just pick 8 plus 4 or 12 that will benefit us and practice them regularly and consistently. So thank you once again, Guruji. Thank you once again to all of you who have attended our practice today. Please do send your feedback to us. Let us know how you like this practice. Let us know if you have any questions, because we are here to serve you. Utsahi Yoga Foundation has been serving through our Guruji since 1948 to humanity. So we would like to continue the service of humanity through yoga. And please do reach out to us so we can help you as well. Now, that was it for today. Please stay happy, stay healthy. We will see you next time. Do reach out to us at utsahiyogafoundation.org. We are also on Facebook. Thank you very much. Happy International Yoga Day. But now, in just a moment, 1 or 2 minutes, PM Modi ji's yoga practice will also begin at United Nations, New York. So if you have more time, let us all tune in there as well. Thank you so much. Namaste. Take care.